You know, just the other day, I was talking to my good friend Brian Johnson of AC/DC, and he said, Kyle, that's a whole lot of Rosey. And he wasn't kidding with Rosey WWE Legends Series 26.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another superhero unboxing and review. And today, from WWE Mattel Legends Series 26, we got Rosey, the Target exclusive. But for all your Rosey needs, hit up Target. But for all your other wrestling figure needs, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there. And Rosey, a whole lot of Rosey right here. And Rosey we had back in the Jakks Ruthless Aggression days. Definitely a key version of the character. This and 2 Minute Warning, I guess, are his two biggest figures of all time, I guess, is most, not figures, personas. How about personas? But I think most people do resonate with this one a little bit more. Happy-go-lucky, superhero in training, into full-time superhero, into tag team champion. Of course, with the Hurricane who we've had before, it'd be real nice to put this up with Hurricane. Now we just need that Stacy Keibler figure from that time frame as well. We got Miss Hancock version of Stacy Keibler. Now we can get one to go with Hurricane and Rosey. It would be pretty cool to see. We'll see what happens in the future there. But we know what's going to happen in the future of this video. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And we will have some comparisons later on in this video. And of course, the last video of the series, we will unbox the Chase version of Rosey and rank the entire way from my least favorite to my favorite. So stay tuned to that, of course. But there's all Rosey looking pretty in the orange, and he's got two heads because we know two heads are better than one, of course. Rosey looking good in the package there. WWE Legends 26 Elite. Rosey, Mattel. Playing all the hits right here. Rosey on the side. Rosey. Rosey on the side. Rosey. And then on the back, we got that cross sell I was just mentioning. We got the tail of the tape. We got the blurb. We got the glamour shot. Let's see what it says about Rosey. Title World Tag Team Champion. Of course, a tag team specialist, I would say. What was it? The Samoan Gangster Party, 2 Minute Warning, and or 3 Minute Warning, and of course Rosey and the Hurricane as well. The Hurricane saw something special in Rosey. He had the potential to become not just a hero, but a superhero. It wouldn't happen overnight, however. The Hurricane took Rosey under his wing and transformed him into a superhero in training. So very cool to see that, of course. But let's get Rosey out of the package. Not sure if this will set the world on fire, but cool to have nonetheless. See you later, goodbye. And really felt like we needed this in the collection. Very cool. Be interested to hear if you like this one more or the 3 Minute Warning version, easy for me to say, version of Rosey over the years. And of course, Rosey has since passed away, and most probably know, maybe some don't, that he is the brother of Roman Reigns. So the older brother, obviously, of Roman Reigns. But would it be part of the Samoan family? It'd be interesting if he was still around, if Umaga was still around. Would they be hanging out with the bloodline and all that kind of stuff? I don't know. Because part of me thought we'd see, you know, Rikishi jumping in every once in a while, or we'd have more old timers. Obviously, we had Afa and Sika for a brief second. See you later, goodbye. But I feel like we should have had more of the legacy Samoans come back, and they should have had like a ceremony. They almost did it one time and then didn't go full on with it. But I think it would have been cool to have all the different Samoans come back. A Samoan reunion. That would have been nice, but not in the cards for whatever reason. But Rosey certainly in the cards right here. 2 Fists of Fury out of the package. 2 gripping hands as well. Got the orange tape on the hands. That's attention to detail on this one. I really like that as well. But now Rosey has 2 heads here. Now, I do like that in the package. This is the, of course, Chase version head. He is paired with that head in the package, just like this one has the orange mask in the package. I think that is very, very cool. Doesn't make a lot of sense to move the heads back and forth, but I guess technically if you really wanted to, you could do that. But I like they gave us the extra attention to detail of giving us 2 different heads. They very easily could have just given us 2 different masks, so we just switched back and forth, but instead we got 2 different heads going on there. So I do appreciate that. Heads, I guess more mask differences, but you know what I mean. But it does look very, very nice. So the head out of the package here is the one that matches. It is the blue and orange attack. Of course, he's playing all those Mets hits. New York Mets fan, I guess, apparently somewhere along the way, by way of Samoa, he became a Mets fan. I think somebody fact check it. I could be wrong on this one. Todd's be a good job for you. And Mark Summers, you want to check it too as well. I heard, of course, Met legend Mookie Wilson. Yes, Mookie was half Samoan. Is that true? Is that really true? He could be. I don't know. I know for sure Darryl Strawberry, Dwight Gooden, Keith Hernandez, Gary Carter, of course. Don't forget Gary Carter. I know 100% they are not Samoan. I know that for a fact. But I've heard Mookie Wilson half Samoan. Half Samoan. Who'd have thought? But there it is. But looking good here. Love the Mets colors there. Got the big old toothy grin, smiling all over the place. Beautiful eyes back there. Just the eyes, the window to the soul, as we do know. A little bit of facial hair going on as well. Very, very good. Got the ponytail in the back. Now, second head, same head basically, but you got the very plain Jane superhero in training mask here in purple. Got the hair slicked back into the ponytail, shaved on the sides. Both really good head sculpts. Can't go wrong either way. Obviously, you got to stick to the one that belongs with each different body, though, if you ask me. But now diving into Rosey here. Awesome, soft, good shirt over the top. Got the big R for Rosey, I assume. It is come off like a traditional shirt. It's got the big Velcro. It's actually even a little bit baggy on him, but was the style once upon a time. You got the baggy shirt going on, but looks really, really good with the blue, orange, and black attack. Got the orange on the wrist tape, of course. Got the two-fist fury I did mention. And then the orange, black, and blue attack continues down into the legs here. Does got some sneakers here. He's sneaking around, but we do got ultimate toe articulation. I've mentioned it before. I think in the next couple of years, all the toes will have toe articulation in the Elite line as well as the Ultimate line. I think as they get through some of these molds, I think that's going to be the wave of the future. So mark my words, mark it down right here today. But looking good. He's got the long, I guess jorts, kind of jorts on here. Got a little bit of skin showing down at the bottom, looking pretty good. Arms all the way around for us, of course. Bicep cut, shoulders back and forth. Double jointed pinless elbows, playing all those hits. Hands removable back, forth, side to side. Head removable back, forth, side to side. You do get a big ab crunch here. Looks to be the Umaga body underneath here, is what it looks like to me. Obviously, no tattoos on here. And did Rosey have tattoos? I can't even remember if he was all tatted up. He was probably on his way there. He's probably going to get there eventually. Waist articulation. Leg goes up very tight. Oh, no, guys, it's back. I thought we waved the white flag, or I thought Vietnam did. But we got the Vietnam bounce back. It is back, and it's worse than ever. There is no articulation out of this right leg right here. No articulation out of the left leg either. Now, Rosey, not a gymnast, of course, but very disappointing. Vietnam, we've been laying in the weeds with Vietnam. We thought we were all good. We thought the tariffs, as Todd McFarlane calls them, I call them tariffs. We kind of settled that. They dialed that back and everything, but then Vietnam said, ha, we got you while you were sleeping. We're going to get Rosey's legs so they don't move. Ooh, Vietnam, you win again. It's the constant war. We just keep on fighting. Never surrender, of course, as they say. That's what Saxon told me once upon a time. Shout out to Biff Byford and the boys as well. Never surrender. Thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees. I do like that. Ankles back, forth, side to side, of course. Boot cut, ankle cut, and then the toe articulation I mentioned on the black shoes. But man, really no movement at all in the legs on this one. Nothing. I would have him on the Todd McFarlane, Kyle Peterson show, of course, for the glamour shots, but he won't even sit in the chair. He refuses to sit. He'd have to lay there. He'd have to lay there like he's in a psychiatrist's office or something. I don't know. But that is disappointing. There's no leg movement on mine. Be interested to hear if yours has the same issues mine has, which is very, very unfortunate if you ask me. He does fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand. Let's see. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So there's old Rosey. But now we got to compare him to some other friends along the way. And one good friend, if I can find him, is the Hurricane. I believe this was a prior Legends release, and I believe this is the one that goes with Rosey, if I'm not mistaken, as he comes with the tag team title belt. Where's Rosey's tag team title belt? They were tag team champions. Once again, we don't get a belt. They mentioned it on the back of the package. We do not get that belt with Rosey. We really could have used that belt with him. Unfortunately, we do not get it. And I can't remember who else came with this tag team belt over the years, but we desperately need one of these for Rosey. Just looks very unfinished over here. Would love to see Mattel do a belt pack on ringside again. They did them back in the day. Maybe they could get some of these key belts that we don't get very often. We could get those back into circulation so we could hand one to a guy like Rosey, of course. But man, a cool tag team in your Fig Fed ready to go. And then, of course, speaking of Rosey, we got a first version here, I guess. It's the second version now. We've got the 3-minute warning version from a year ago. What is time once again? But we're not done. We got more Rosies. We got more Rosies ready to go. We do got Jakks Ruthless Aggression style Rosie here. How about that? Very cool to see that back in the saddle. This one, a little sticky. Got a little bit of that Jakks sticky disease. Nobody likes that, but I do like the soft goods mask on this one, looking really good. And for a deep cut and one of those hard to find variants that took me forever to track down when I was trying to complete my Ruthless Aggression set, it was a UK exclusive. You can only get it over in the UK. It is this exact same Rosie, but instead of orange, you got the red on this one. So deep cut, most people don't even know about, and let's be honest, most people don't even care about. But I did want to bring that one out and show that here. You don't get to show off your Rosies very often, let me tell you. But two Jakks Ruthless Aggression Rosies from back in the day. The brand new one, of course, Hurricane is tag team partner, and a former incarnation as well. Going to be real interesting if we ever get another Rosie figure. I kind of feel like we're done with Rosie figures, but you never know. They might surprise us in the future. We'll see what happens, of course, in that very future. But there it is, Rosey Legends 26. What's your guys' thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below if you're picking this one up. Do you prefer it to Jamal? What do you prefer on your Rosies? Let me know in the comments down below. And I'd love to know about your leg articulation, if you got any articulation compared to mine. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out my other YouTube channel, subscribe over there. Check out the YouTube channel memberships and Patreon for your best way to support the channel. And of course, my brand new book, The Complete Guide to ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers, available from me, as I can get you an autographed copy, a bookmark, and a sticker while supplies last of The Kyle Peterson Show. Also available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Appreciate the support on the new book. Mention the podcast, available every single Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. It is The Kyle Peterson Show. Check it out if that is your thing. And then, of course, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com. So for Rosie, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
We're going to the end of the line.